Yeah, hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, basically I'll be showing us how we can create our first ever app on and the platform I'm going to be using for this particular app is OutSystems. For those who are not familiar with OutSystems platform, it's actually a platform to design web apps, to design mobile apps, and to design tablet apps. So if you've not installed it yet, please just go to outsystems.com and simply download the OutSystems app. So let me jump right into the tutorials with my system so that we can see the practical way of doing this and you design your first ever beautiful app so that you can start making a lot of money from it. So guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is to close my OBS. So what I'll do first is actually search from my laptop for OutSystems. I had installed it before. If you have not installed the app before, you can simply go to outsystems.com, like I said earlier, and install the app so that you can start using it. So while my app is opening, let's see. So with OutSystems, you are able to create a lot of apps. You are able to create mobile apps, that's for your phones. You are able to create system apps, and that's reactive web apps, the apps that you can use on system basically, and it will work out perfectly for you. So let me log into my past now. Let me log into my personal dev. That's my personal dev environment. Alright, let me connect my internet. It's not connected basically. So you need internet to be able to run the OutSystems app. If not, it's not actually going to run because most of the things you are going to do are going to be online. So you can't run it in the background. You know, when it comes to things like Android Studio, you can simply create your apps in offline modes. But in OutSystems, basically, you need to connect to your internet. So just give me a second. Let me do that. Okay, it's connected now. So I can simply connect to my environment. Let me try to. So let me use this. Let's try and log in. Just a moment. Right. So now my environment is logged in, and there are several things you see. You can see there are several apps I've created in the past. I've integrated Google AdMob plugin into my system. I've created the GMAT Guru. I've created the Marine Portal, the Omnichannel, the RCCG, Open Heavens, and some others. So I'll just show us how we can create app. So this Forge platform, let me talk about Forge a bit. Forge helps you in OutSystems to get several things, several features you want to install. Maybe you need a map on your app. You can easily search for the map on Forge and use that feature. Maybe you install it on your Forge and you'll be able to use it. So we have the SQL map, we have the Google location map, we have the webpick, and so on and so forth. So you can just simply search for any feature you're thinking of in OutSystems. You can develop it on using this. So let me go back to the development and let me pick new application, right? So that we can get headway on how we need to install this app, right? So it's still loading. I think the internet is a bit slow. So you can either start with maybe from an app. So OutSystems has already built in app features that you can use in case you don't want to start building from scratch. You can use their own features to be able to do this, or you can design from scratch. For me, I'll be designing from scratch so that we can see how everything works. So like I said, you have the reactive web app, you have the tablet app, you have the phone app. So depends on which you want to do. It's really helpful for any of them. For me, since I just want to be dynamic, I'll be using the phone app so that we can see how we can install on Google Play Store, Samsung stores, and Amazon stores, and so on. So let me try the phone app. Okay, it's loading. So let me just call it building an app, right? And I don't need to put a description, but let me just put nil as description. So I can choose the picture I want for my app. I don't have pictures. Let me just check my downloads, right? Is my downloads. So any picture at all. I don't really have any for now. Let me just pick the closest I can see. Right, let me just use this logo. No, let me use something else so that we can see how practical it is. Right, let me just use this. Let me use the picture of an hippo, right? So create app. So while my app is creating, to open a different environment whereby I can build my app. So this is the environment name. I can decide to give my module a name. Maybe I want to give the exact app. So in these modules, you can create several modules in one. You don't just have to make it just one particular module and exit. You can actually create multiple modules in this. So let me create it as building an app, the same name with the environment's name. That's the development environment's name. So while it's loading, so what will open currently for us is a phone screen, a phone environment, so that you can see how these things are on phones. And I'm going to show you some features that might help us during our development of the app, so that when we're building ours, it will be very easy for us. So this publish screen that you're seeing here, this publish button you're seeing here, simply helps us publish the app. And one other good thing about OutSystems is that when you update your features here, that's even if the user had installed the app, if you update your feature on this particular environment, it automatically updates on every user having that particular app on their phones. So as long as they are connected to the internet, it just updates automatically without them having to download an updated version. So let me drag in the screen. So first thing, you drag in the screen, right? So I can decide, like you can see others, templates. That's the templates. It's if you want to design a banking app, you can easily use that. If you want to design forms, galleries, healthcare, maybe you're in a different sector, you can actually do that. So for me, let me create an empty screen, right? So because most times I just love being dynamic. I just love thinking about my own templates and designing from scratch, so that I just draw out my design basically. So for me, let me think of putting several buttons. So I can decide to put a button. First of all, I drag in my container. So container, what container does is that it houses it, and it helps you when you want to make several updates. Maybe you want to create spacing between two entities or two features. So you can do that. If you want to change the background colors, you can easily do that. That's the necessity of using a container. So let me drag in a button inside a container, right? So I have a button here. Let me increase the size of the button, right? So now I have this button. I can call it let's say welcome. I'm just trying to be as vague as possible. When you're designing yours, you can easily put a lot of features. Let me put another button. So I dragged in my container. So let me put in a different button here, right? So from my container, let me just be practical about what I said. On the style, if you go to the right hand corner where my mouse is, you can see the styles. So on the style, I can decide to give it a bit of spacing, that's the margins. I can decide to say, okay, the next button comes in at 20 spacing. Yes, so you can see that automatically spaced, and I can decide to change the color of this particular button. Maybe I want it to be, let me click on the button. Maybe I want the button to have a different color. It can easily change. A moment, please. Right. Right, so I can increase the size of this button if I want to, or I can decide not to, and I can rename it to enter. So why it's showing the errors up here is because the buttons are not linked to something else now. Maybe if you want it to be linked to any other thing, then you can either, for me, I can either create a new screen, which is from the main flow. I can just come to the main flow and decide to add screen and call it maybe an empty screen, right? So on this button, I can just say, so it's creating the second screen. The first screen is still the home screen, whereby you log in and whereby you see this particular point. So let me call this, I can drag in a text into it. Please, if you have any questions that I'm not responding to now, you can ask it in the comment section and I will respond as soon as possible. So you can drag in a text. Let's call this building an app. Well, let me just call it building. I Ctrl B it, that I bold it. Then let's say I want to link this welcome to a new screen. I can decide to put it on click what happens. That's the event. I can say go to screen 2. So for this enter, if I say on click, what do you do? Go to current screen, that's screen 1. So you can see that the error is gone now. So if I publish it, I'll show you what happens on publish. It opens, let it finish publishing. So what publishing does is that when it publishes, it opens how the app is going to look like on your phone. It's going to open a browser screen and show you the preview of how your app is going to look like after you're done building the app and all. So let's just see how it comes. The good thing about OutSystem is that you can really be dynamic. I've created so many apps for different people. I've created shopping apps. That's where people can come and shop for items. I've created church apps. I've created several apps. So it's very easy. So let's open this in browser. Right. So it's showing a preview. So you can see how it's opening, right? With the image I have. So now if I click on welcome, it's going to take me back to my second screen. If I go to enter, it's still going to remain on this page because I didn't create something different. So I can decide to generate mobile app from this so that I can save it as on phone. So it creates an .apk format so that I can post it, put it, send it to people, post it on different Play stores, stores for people to download, and you start making money. So that's how to create your first app. There are so many other features. From time to time, I'll be releasing videos based on this, but if you have not subscribed, you might not be able to see some of these. So please hit the red subscription button below. Also, if you're returning and you've not hit the push notification bell, you can also do that by hitting the push notification bell on this channel so that you will be the first to get amazing updates as we keep dropping each and every day. Thanks so much, guys. See you soon. Do have a lovely day.